Are you responsible for marketing in your organization? If so, you probably know the importance of getting the most out of your budget in order to prove the value of your marketing through actual return on investment. Hammer Time is here to help make that happen for you. I'm your host, Mallory Ham, and this podcast is designed to bring you answers to the questions I'm consistently asked by business owners and marketing executives. Tune into each episode to hammer into the topics that will help you maximize your marketing plan's performance. There are so many SEO buzzwords that business owners throw out to me when trying to figure out how to improve their organic results. If someone's dialogue is littered with buzzwords, it usually tells me that they don't truly understand what they're trying to accomplish. So on today's episode, I'm going to dive into a couple of my favorite digital marketing buzzwords to break down two of the most common misconceptions around SEO. The first buzzword I'll be challenging today is backlinking. Is it worth the investment, and does it actually affect SEO performance? For those of you who may be unfamiliar, backlinking is the process of getting your brand listed on relevant articles that are written by reputable publishers and linking it back to your website. A natural backlink strategy can increase your site's rankings, it can increase your brand's domain authority, and can even drive more site traffic. But a forced backlinking plan will only hurt you. The process of getting your brand listed on publisher sites is really more of a PR initiative and should come out of your public relations budget. Linking it back to your site and measuring the uptick in traffic from it is where SEO comes into play. Setting up tracking on your site is free and can easily be done by your development team, but getting publishers to include your brand in their article is a much more laborious task and takes a lot of time and effort, and sometimes can be a lot of money. So it's really more so the job of a public relations specialist to find the most optimal opportunities to present your brand to the public, whereas it's the job of your marketing team to measure the impact of your PR efforts on organic digital growth. So if you are going to invest in backlinks, be sure you are only investing in quality backlinks. Google can recognize garbage links and sketchy tactics, and in turn may place you in what they call the sandbox, aka Google's purgatory, which withholds a website from increasing their ranking and getting found in search results until all disapproved elements on the website have been removed. Backlinking is really a minuscule piece to the grander SEO puzzle and usually drives much lower results than technical SEO, on-page SEO, and other off-page SEO tactics can drive. Focusing your SEO efforts on the back-end code on your website, your content optimizations, and local listing management will earn you much stronger organic results than backlinking alone could ever drive. The second buzzword I'm challenging today is search rankings. Is it the end-all be-all of your SEO performance? Search rankings can help you to understand the effectiveness of your SEO strategy, but in order to understand if your SEO strategy is actually driving organic growth, it's important to take a much more holistic approach by focusing on KPIs like website traffic, new users, organic conversion rates, and bounce rates. Search ranking reporting can be volatile and inconsistent. So when measuring if your SEO efforts are driving actual growth, take the following KPIs into consideration. An increase in site traffic tells you that more people are not only finding your business online, but are actually making it to your site. Whereas search rankings only tells you how far up the page your organic listing was when it was served. It doesn't tell you if that position actually drove additional traffic to your site. The new users metric is important to understand so you can see of all the users that made it to your site, how many were first-time visitors. This metric can give you insight into whether or not your SEO is affecting overall brand awareness, because an increase in new users is an increase in the number of people who are now familiar with your brand. Organic conversion rates are probably the most important metric on this list. Getting people to your site is half the battle. Getting them to convert on your site should be the ultimate goal of your SEO strategy. And it forces you to improve site functionality and user experience, which are major ranking factors in Google's eyes. At the end of the day, whether you're investing in SEO or paid advertising or any other marketing tactic, I'm assuming your goal is either driving more leads to your business or driving more sales to your business, increasing phone calls, whatever it may be. Conversion rates are measuring exactly that. Lastly, bounce rate is another important metric that's not talked about enough. It breaks down the ratio of users who are actually staying on your site to consume content. Lower bounce rates tell you that your site has provided fast load times and that your UX optimizations are actually keeping people on the site, and they're making it easy for users to navigate towards the content that's most relevant to them. All of these KPIs play a major role in your search rankings and improving your search rankings. However, rankings really only tells you if you've checked all of Google's boxes. New users, organic conversion rates, and bounce rate KPIs tell you if you've checked your audience's boxes. So if you see an increase in all of these KPIs I just laid out for you, you will certainly see improvements in your search rankings because you really can't have one without all of the others. Thank you all for joining me on today's episode of Hammer Time. We've got many, many more important marketing questions to hammer into together. So if you like what you're hearing so far, please be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube. Catch you guys next time.